Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Grand Cat, and today we are officially into day 2, 48 hours into the brand new Season 12. Big old Grand Cat has already managed to get all the way up to Adventure tier, which is very, very cool. We're going to be getting a couple of things. In fact, actually, we're going to do that first. I was looking at my deck over here, and you can see all the left arrows, the right arrows, the up arrows, and the down arrows. So our down arrows are stacked with adventures, our up arrows are as well. Our right arrows are pretty decent. We need one more right arrow just to get rid of the Eon Great Kali from the previous tier. So we're going to be getting one right arrow, and we're going to be getting one left arrow to swap out our Big Shot Bruce's Barber Beefcake. Of course, we will be keeping the prize cards because the pro prizes are still slightly stronger, as you can see, than what the adventure cards are. But you can see that an F1 Ignition Brutus Creed does not stand up against an adventure Nico Vance. So, we'll be getting one left arrow and one right arrow, and I have chosen the ones that I already want to go for. So we're going to go into the card catalog here, we're going to go into adventure, and we're going to forge. And the first one we're going to forge is going to be a left arrow, which is going to be the People's Champion, the final boss, The Rock. Let's go ahead and forge him. And there he is. There is the true corporate champion, The Rock himself. That is the old school Rock with the Brahma Bull on the arm, which is very, very cool to see. And the other one, we're going to get a right arrow, which is going to be, 619 himself. We are, of course, talking about Rey Mysterio. Not Rey Fenix, Rey Mysterio, the King of Mystery himself. Let's go ahead and forge this one. I've not even seen what the adventure Rey Mysterio looks like. And there he is. It's a cool little Rey Mysterio. It's very, very nice. Oh, and we're so close to leveling up as well. And let's go ahead and lock those down. Let's go into trainable. And we're going to lock down the Rock and the Rey Mysterio. And let's swap this image of the Rock over, because we do like swapping the images whenever we get a new card. And there's a few options here. There's the old school Rock with the world title over his shoulder. There is the final boss with the People's Championship over the shoulder. But the one that I think I'm going to go with is going to be the flip event one with the People's Championship over the other shoulder. Now that one looks a little bit blurry for some irritating reason. If there was some way for Supercard to actually just have the images in high detail, if there was an option to refresh the image, that would be very cool, Supercard, rather than giving me these crappy details. And let's go ahead and choose one for Rey Mysterio. Now, what image will we use for the King of Mystery himself? The father of Dirty Dom, or so he says. It might even be... Well, that one's quite cool. It may very well be Eddie Guerrero. I mean, Rey Mysterio did win that Dominic Mysterio on a pole match. This one's a nice sharp image because it's a limited edition. For some reason, the limited editions always have a nice clean image. I've never seen a limited edition fall into a bad render before. So it may very well be that one. I mean, I do like my title images, but I have to admit that this is a better image. And I think this is the one that we are going to go with Rey Mysterio instead. Now let's go ahead and grab our daily streak. It's day 5 of our daily streak now. And I also have a web pack that's going to give you 100 credits today. And the web pack is from buying the Battle Pass. And it's going to give me 2,000 super coins to help replenish those super coins that I've been using to craft all of these adventure cards. And 4 rarity draft picks as well, to give us a chance at pulling even more adventure cards. Now, we have yet to have a Pro Adventure card, so that would be something new. That would be something cool. Okay, that one is Ivar, of Eric and Ivar, with the Viking Raiders. An Ignition tier. Oh, we've got a reset, and our Adventure card is going to be... It's a Maxine Dupree, which is a Pro. That's going to be our first Pro card in Adventure tier. That is very, very cool. I'm going to go ahead and screenshot that. Never know if I'm going to use these screenshots or not, but it's always better to have them than to not have them. Let's go for this one. Are we going to get lucky again? Oh my goodness, we did not. It just... Oh, we did get a Pro Ivar. And let's go for this one in the top right then. And that is an Akira Tozawa. I don't know why I keep putting the... I think I'm trying to say Toriyama, but Akira Toriyama is, of course, the creator of Dragon Ball. Akira Tozawa is, of course, the wrestler. And that is a level up for us, which means that we're going to get another fine adventure reward in just a second. We're going to lock down the Maxine Dupree, certainly. Not sure about the Akira Tozawa, and we're going to make the Pro of the Ivar. I think we might just Silver Star Pro the Ignition Ivar. I don't think a Pro Ignition stands up to a single adventure card. I'm going to hold on to the Ivars for just now. I'm not going to Pro them just yet. But let's go ahead and claim our level up pack here. It's going to contain a adventure support card. Let's hope we get something nice. We got the adventure ambush. Someone tell me what this image is about, because I really am very curious. Like, what was going on when this photograph was taken? Is this an NXT thing? Someone let me know. I really need to know the context behind this image here. We are going to lock it down, however. It is still an adventure sport, and then our next sport is going to be a adventure manager, and then of course it's going to be an adventure female, and then that's us at highest tier once again. So what else do we have to do today? Is there anything new in the store? There is a bonus pack. The free pack has finally came back, so let's go ahead and claim our free pack here. It is a 5% chance of having the Nikki Bella. It also contains 3 of the following. It also contains 5 legacy Nikki Bella cards, as well as 5 of the Fearless tokens. So let's go ahead and claim that. And there's the final boss, The Rock. There's the Nikki Bella. And it looks like we pulled a Void Raquel Rodriguez. I really like this image on Raquel, where she looks like you've disturbed her. She's like, what? Leave me alone. I'm wearing my sunglasses over here. It's a really, really good image for Raquel Rodriguez. Got a lot of personality to it. And we pulled a prize, Ethan Page, all ego Ethan Page himself, which is very, very cool. We're going to lock down the Ethan Page. I'm not sure about the rest of them. We can make a Pro of our Pixel Nikki Bella, and we can make a Pro of the Ultimate Nikki Bella and the Elite Nikki Bella as well. So that is all very, very cool. Just seeing what else we have here. We've got the Highlands bundle, which has a 35% chance of having the Drew McIntyre. 35% chance is a lot better than 25% chance, but I'm still not willing to pay £22.29 for that chance. Gives 750 credits, 7 of the following, 3 of these, and it also gives 10 legacy Drew McIntyre cards. We do have our Extreme Bounty Breaker, which I never do particularly well in them. We've got our free pack, we've got our Daily Streak, which we already did. Let's go ahead and grab our free pack. Okay, we didn't get anything particularly special, but each one of these free packs does have a bonus chance of containing an adventure card, and they all do contain 1 card from SummerSlam 25 up to Pixel Rarity. So you can get lucky in those. Let's take a look at the Superstore. I don't think we're going to have anything special for the next 16 days. 16 days and 23 hours, so it's really 17 days. There is grab bags. There's the Ignition Diamond Dallas page. There's the limited edition mixed bag has been updated to contain all the Eon cards from the previous tier. The Eon Select is the Andre the Giant, if you missed him from the tarot cards. We've got a brand new Rusev, Braun Breaker and Goldberg sleeves. I think maybe some of these sleeves have existed beforehand, but they're all new to me. And then, of course, we still have the Nikki Bella event going on. I used 75 of my tokens to get an adventure card because the adventure cards just have significantly higher stats than what the Nikki Bella does. I'm not sure if I'm going to go for the Nikki Bella. It's an Ignition Special Edition, which I'm not that bothered about, and I don't think it would actually get into my top 8 at this stage. So I'm not sure. It would be nice to have, but I don't think it's exactly powerful enough for me to want to go spending 100 Fearless Nikki tokens on it, unfortunately. So what else we have to do? Every single day you get a chance to do Crack the Case. So let's go ahead and jump into this. I made a tutorial on this, so if anyone hasn't seen that, people have said it's a really, really good tutorial. So it's well worth checking out. So what we're doing here is we choose 4 different numbers, doesn't matter what, and that's going to let us know which ones are actual numbers, which ones aren't, and if they are in the correct place or not. So let's go ahead and guess at 9021. Okay, so the 2 is in the correct place, the 1 is correct, but it's in the wrong place. So now we need to go for 4 different numbers. So we'll go for 8, then we'll go for 3, 4, and 5, shall we? We know that this one is number 2, so that's good. And we know that number 1 does exist, and it's not this one. So let's try 8, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, there is no 8, 3, 4, or 5. So is there going to be a 6 and a 7? Is it going to be 1, 2, 6, 7? And that will be interesting to see. So let's try and put 1 over here. We know that this one is number 2. And then we'll put 6 here and 7 here. Okay. That's very interesting. So there's only 2 numbers this time, which are only 2 and 1. So we know that this one is number 1. We know that this one is number 2. This one could be number 2. This one could be number 1. These could both be number 2, or these could both be number 1. So unfortunately, when they are the same, it makes them much, much more difficult. So we know that this one isn't number 1, so this has to be number 2. So we know that much at least. And then it's 50-50. Is this a 1 or is this a 2? I personally think it's more likely that it's going to give us 2 1s and 2 2s rather than giving us 3 of the same number. So that's what I'm going to guess here. And if I'm wrong, I'm going to have to pay the credits to swap that over. It is 3 2s. So we are going to continue. It's going to cost me 275 credits for that mistake. And 1222 is the correct answer. And our pack is upgraded now that we've got 5. Okay, the Ignition Pump It Up is maybe the best one that we got there. We did get a brand new Void Papashango though. So we're going to lock that one down because that Pump It Up Pro helps quite a little bit. And we are going to play again. We're going to open another case here. You only get to do this twice, and that's only by paying 500. So let's do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, there is a 1 and a 3, and those are the correct positions for it. So now let's go for a is 0, 5, a 6, and a 7. Okay, so there is a 0, there is a 1 and a 3. So now there's going to be 8 and 9. So let's put U to 0. Let's put U to 9. We'll put U to 8. And then it really doesn't matter what we do with this last one, because we know that this one is number 1. We know this one is number 3. We know that 0 is one of the two places. Actually, we're going to be smart about this. We'll put both of these to 0 and we'll change this one to 9. So this will let us know whether the 0 goes in the left or the right. And it will also tell us if 8 or 9 is used as well. So this is quite clever. Okay, the two zeros are both there and there. So we now know that 8 and 9 is not used. We know that this one is 3 and we know that this one is 1. So now we just go ahead and guess there. And congratulations, we have done it. We did it without having to get an additional try as well. The ignition Bobby the Brain Heenan may help. I'm going to lock that one down, but the rest of them we don't really need. The maximum purchases have been reached, so come again tomorrow. And that is very, very cool. And let's see how our fusions are getting on. It says that one of my fusions is done. Okay, it's this one over here. Although this one's only, no, that's 10 hours, that's 9 hours, that's 8.5 hours. Those fusions are taking forever. Have we even had an ignition fusion yet? How is this still on 5 hours and 41 minutes? We've had 2 of these. We've had the Trish Stratus and the Carmen Petrovic. And yet, this one hasn't finished yet? Does this one keep resetting or something? We have had a singular one of these, which was Devon. I think there's something weird and fishy going on with these fusions. Although I appreciate that these ones are the ones that finish up fastest, because the prize fusions are the ones that I'm most interested in getting. We may as well start another one of these. I mean, they are free to use and we've got so many of them. Now, what else do we have? We do have Super Showdown. People have been asking me to do a tutorial on Super Showdown. I'm going to have to think about it. I know roughly how to play Super Showdown. I'm not exactly a master of it yet enough to actually give a tutorial, but I will have a couple of games of it, and then I'll try and give you the best advice that I possibly can to try and help you guys out with Super Showdown. You can see me playing Super Showdown when I did the live stream for Season 12, and you can get to see a little bit of how my thinking went. There is also a tutorial on Crack the Case from Season 12 as well. And the next thing I've got to do is I am still doing these leagues. And why does this reset every single time I go in here? Like, we have to like sit and wait for it every single time. Okay, so that's where we're at. In terms of challenges, we need to play 3 more games of Elimination Chamber, 10 games of Women's Elimination Chamber, and then 10 games of Survivor. And I was deliberately holding off on playing Survivor until I reached Adventure Tier, because now I'm going to get the Adventure rewards for playing Survivor, which means that if I win, I should get an Adventure card, which is very, very cool indeed. So that's what I am going to work on. I've been playing a little bit of Road to Glory, but purely just to finish off this quest and get the Drew McIntyre so that we can get the pro of the special edition Ignition Drew McIntyre. And there you can see there's Road to Glory. We are currently on Smash. I have been playing it very, very loosely because we don't even really need the Batista now. I mean, even a pro Batista would barely break into my top level cards at this stage. We are going to have to level up our People's Champion, The Rock, and of course Rey Mysterio. We're also going to have to level up our Maxine Dupree, of course. Let's go ahead and level up The Rock. Let's see what he looks like at level 100. Actually, we're not going to do D1 just yet, not until we make the pro of him. Now, we do need to be a little bit higher than level 88. Oh no, actually, no, level 88 is fine. I was thinking that we were working on a pro. Level 88 is indeed enough to complete the People's Champion. The final boss. And we're also going to do Rey. We're going to get him leveled up. There we go. Nice and easy. And let's go ahead and level up our Maxine Dupree, our second Maxine Dupree. Let's level up our ambush as well. '86. Let's try using some of these instead. Need to make the pros of the Nikki Bellas. I completely forgot about them. There we are, that's enough. Level 91. And this is something that I don't normally do, but we're going to now, purely because we've got the pro of the Maxine Dupree, we are going to level up the matches right here and right now using these. So this is going to give us the maximum number of matches. It's going to give us all 100 matches. And this is purely so that we can get our first pro adventurer in this here very video. And now that they are both at level 100, both have their 100 matches, we are going to go ahead and combine our pro Maxine Dupree. Now, of course, we don't have the variants, but the variants can come later. In fact, actually, it's better to level up the cards first and then just pro them, and then you only need to get 5 variants as opposed to getting 10, and then that will give you half of them, which is only 3. Then you have to get another 2, so you'd have to get 12 variants as opposed to getting 5. So this is much, much better to do it this way. So we are going to combine our first adventure pro. That's going to be a really, really confusing thumbnail for anyone that doesn't know. So, it's very, very cool. We've got the... It's very, very Indiana Jones-esque, where there's the little idol at the front here, and you see as it slowly rises up, the 2 faces at the side, their mouths open, their eyes turn red. It's very much like the Indiana Jones and the... I was going to say Temple of Doom, that's not correct. It's not the Last Crusade, it's the other one. Indiana Jones and the... It's not the Ark of the Covenant. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Raiders of the Lost Ark is what it's called. So the beginning of that movie is Indiana Jones steals a golden idol and he tries to replace it with a bag of sand that should be the same weight, and then the little thing goes down and then a giant boulder chases after him, and he's chased by the he's chased by the natives of the land that are throwing spears at him. They don't want him stealing the golden idol, and he's of course taking it for his museum for he's an archaeologist, and that I think is what they're going for here. It's a bit of a long explanation, but that is what I think that is supposed to be in reference to. So if we go to trainable, we're of course going to lock down our Maxine Dupree, and we're going to level her up, and this is going to be our strongest female, I suspect. And level 101 should be enough. Level 91 might be. Nope, it's a little bit more that we need. Let's just use one of these. Actually, do we have anything? We don't really. This Bray Wyatt is probably going to be enough. Level 97. And there we go. Maxine Dupree is complete. And now let's take a look at the stats of our Adventure Pro. Okay, so currently she has 207.1 in toughness, 226.5 in power, 258.8 in speed, and a whopping 263.2 in charisma. So she is just a little bit weaker than our Jade Cargill at the moment, but Jade Cargill, if we take that off her... Oh, I just realised Jade Cargill is supposed to be a down arrow, not a right arrow. That throws things off. I just realised that I may have made some mistakes. I need to check who has equipment. Okay, you're just leveling that up, and Great Khali just has his watermelon that he loves so much that he is squeezing it so tightly. Right, so if we go back to females. So our Jade Cargill is just a little bit stronger than our Maxine Dupree, but once we get Maxine Dupree, our 100 matches and her 5 variants, she may overtake Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill is a special edition prize, whereas Maxine Dupree is a regular Pro Adventure card, but the two of them are certainly both pretty up there. Actually, I'm not sure. Jade may have momentum on her. No, she doesn't. Put momentum on a few cards earlier, just to help out with campaign mode. So that's very, very interesting. Now I need to look at my deck editor once again. So in terms of our left arrows, there we go. Our weakest left arrow is currently the F1 Ignition Brutus Creed. Our right arrows, our weakest card is the Adventure Solus Quo. Our up arrows, the weakest card is Adventure Drew McIntyre. Our down arrows, our weakest card is the Adventure CM Punk. Now, if we take a look at the females, we have 2 Adventure left arrows, which are Julia and Rhea Ripley. We only have 1 right arrow, which is Stephanie Vicour, so we're going to need to get another right arrow, it seems. We have 2 up arrows, which are Maxine Dupree and Izzy Dame. And then down arrows, we have 3 of them now, because I originally had Jade Cargill as a right arrow, and it threw me off. But we have AJ Lee and we have Asuka. So I need to craft myself another right arrow adventurer card for females. So let's go ahead and do that, shall we? Into adventure, and we're going to look at females, and we only want to see right arrows. So Bailey is a right arrow. Kairi Sane, Kalani Jordan. So Kairi Sane, Kalani Jordan, and Bailey are our options so far. Lyra is one. Roxanne Perez. And Zarya. Okay, so there's Bailey, Kairi Sane, Lyra, Roxanne Perez, and Zarya. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe it's 5 different right arrows. Oh, Kalani Jordan's one as well, sorry, that might be 6. Bailey, Kairi Sane, Kalani Jordan, Lyra, Roxanne, and Zarya. Yes, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's only Lola Vice and Sol Ruka that are not right arrows that we don't own. I don't think it's going to be Kalani Jordan or Zarya, because those are both in NXT, and NXT characters tend to have slightly lower stats than the main ones. Roxanne Perez is going around with Raquel Rodriguez. Lyra, Kairi, and Bailey. I'm really tempted to go for Kairi Sane, just because she's tag team champion with Asuka, who we've also got. Another part of me thinks that Bailey probably has higher stats because she's more of a veteran, she's more established. Lyra is also really, really good. And also then I start thinking, how much do I care about the stats and how much do I care about the particular character that I want? I'm very, very tempted to go for Kairi Sane. I'm very, very much drawn to Kairi. Bailey and Lyra are also very tempting. Roxanne Perez less so, Zarya less so, Kalani Jordan less so. I think I've sold myself on Kairi Sane. I think Bailey and Lyra probably have higher stats, but Kairi is the one that I want. And by Kairi, of course, I mean Kairi! So yes, let's go ahead and forge Kairi Sane. I've not seen what the Adventurer Kairi Sane looks like either. Ah, that's very cool actually. That is a nice image of Kairi Sane. And that is going to help out with campaign mode quite a bit. So now that we've got Kairi, let's go into trainable. And we're going to level our Kairi Sane up. Just seeing if we have any other images that we would like to use for Kairi. Actually, I really like this image. Why is everything really blurred? But yeah, I think we're going to stick with that one. I think that is a really good image for her. And let's level up our Kairi. I'm trying not to get rid of anything that I haven't made into a pro yet. We're just going to have to use that Batista as well. There we go. There we go. At level 92 is going to be enough. And there we are. And now, if we look at the deck, if we look at the female side, there you are. There should be 2 adventure cards on each of our arrows, with, of course, the prize, the pro. I was going to say PLE, it's not a PLE. Is it a PLE? Is Saturday Night Main Event a PLE? Maybe it's not. The Pro Special Edition Saturday Night Main Event Jade Cargo. And of course, we've got our Adventurer Asuka and AJ Lee. We've got our Pro Maxine Dupree Adventure and our Izzy Dame. We have our right arrows of Stephanie Vacour and Kairi Sane. And then we have our left arrows of Julia and Rhea Ripley. All of which will make campaign mode a lot easier until we start getting into those crazy levels where we need pro adventurers and then we need equipment and supports in order to get through it, which I am not looking forward to try and get Gunter. And in terms of our male arrows, there you can see we have some very, very cool male cards and female cards from Adventurer tier already. So this has been a huge, huge video. And if we just take a quick look at campaign, You can see that there was a few that I was having problems with, particularly with the up arrows, but I think that with our new set of cards, that we should have a much easier time taking on these cards now that we have all of these adventure cards. And then the next one is going to be Seth freaking Rollins, and everything is all right arrows. So the Kairi Sane and the Stephanie McClure are going to help out tremendously with those as well. And now, with that said, folks, that is going to be it for this little video, and I really hope you've all enjoyed. It also just occurred to me that there should be new Boom rewards. Let's see what 12-win streak in Boom is going to give us this time. It's going to be 2 random adventure supports. Oh my goodness, I am definitely going to have to work towards that. That is very, very cool indeed. Okay, the rest of it seems to be all chances of things rather than a guarantee, but getting 2 supports seems very, very cool. And we are also working our way to try and get the Boom prize card of China, which is not a very flattering image. We will be changing that image if we do get that Boom China, and I'm going to be trying to work towards that as well. So, now, with that all said, folks, that is now going to be it for this little video, and I really hope that you've all enjoyed, and if you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share, and subscribe, and if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so that you can see when more of these glorious little videos go out, and we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.